So, I was playing Space Engineers for a bit, and I did some tinkering with some stuff. I have figured out that you can generate some insanely high speeds through the use of, what are they called? Artificial masses and gravity generators. So, basically what happens here is the spherical gravity, sorry, not the spherical, the regular gravity generator pushes, or, yeah, it pushes. Okay, so basically, here's the explanation. We have a gravity generator, which is this terrible red thing on the left side of this block, which we're going to call our ship. And on the right side, we have a mass block. And so basically what happens is the gravity generator, which I'm going to represent by a red arrow, produces force in this direction. And the mass block is basically, it takes the force and it gets pulled by the force. So it also, this basically is pushing this in that direction. So the mass block takes the force and it goes in the same direction. And because, well, and that produces directional speed. Because the gravity gen pushes the mass block away from it in a singular direction. But because there's the ship here, or yeah, the ship in the center, the ship causes the ship causes the force to only go in the one direction. So instead, because the mass block, which is connected to the ship, so because the mass block is connected to the ship, it can't just move away naturally, like falling down to the surface of a planet. So instead, it takes the entire ship with it and moves it from one location to another. And you can get to Mars without a warp drive in about, 6 minutes, I think, from Earth? Roughly. I think I'm gonna head over there now. Oh, we should probably time it. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna get my timer out. Timer. Okay. Starting the stopwatch in 3, 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Reset. 3, 2, 1. Now. And if you just see on the bottom left where I increase the override, if you increase it to such a speed, eventually this will happen. And that's an issue because it will throw you off course. And asteroids and stuff, because you're at such a high speed, you don't have to worry about colliding with the voxels. Instead, you'll just go through them. I also don't understand why the LCD panels have stopped working. Maybe it just has something to do with my speed. Although that's something for me to figure out later. And you can also try to control it at a lower speed while generating thrust, but wouldn't recommend it. And you can also try and compensate for that turning that you see right there by just slapping on some more gyroscopes. While I'm doing this, we better hope I don't run into an asteroid, or else I will lose the ship, and it will probably continue off into the void or deep space. And the faster you go, the less thrust your gravity generator will produce. So once I reach about 12,000, I won't produce as much thrust, so slowing down will be harder. I'm currently generating 3.2 meters per second squared of gravity per gravity generator, so that's about 12 Gs, although I believe this thing produces about 42 Gs, which is quite insane. So every second I produce 42 meters per second of speed. And this entire process can be scaled upwards, from what I know of, infinitely. So you can generate probably up to the limit of thrust. And this entire thing is built in 2 dimensions for the most part. So if you were to incorporate 3 dimensions to the structure of the craft, you could also basically optimize it. It's incredibly hard to slow down, so I don't think I will. Instead, I'll just go through the planet and stop the timer as soon as I hit the surface, which will slow my game down, but also gives us a definite end to the timer. Feel free to also try to reproduce this, or I'll probably try to leave a craft file in the description. If you have any, like, if you try to do this, I want to see what you do with your craft. Try sending, like, a link in the description of the video, or somehow find a way to contact me, I don't know. But if you can also do this, and feel free to try and beat my time. Because this thing isn't optimized as much as it should be, or it can be. So it gives you a bit of room to, you know, beat me. And we have narrowed it down, actually. I've narrowed it down from 6 minutes to 4 minutes, which is quite good. Surface in a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, timer end. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Nice. That's the weed number. But yeah, this entire thing took 4 minutes, 20 seconds between planets, which once again isn't as fast as the warp drive. But for a base game with no warp drive, that is insanely fast. And now the process of slowing down is even harder yet, because you have to fight the controls while slowly decreasing your speed. But this produces 42 Gs of reverse thrust. And for this thing to work to its full potential, I'd recommend getting a speed increase mod. The particular one I have is just called Speed, and it's only like the first one you find in the Steam Workshop.